Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Sunday Swings market breakdown. It's Thursday, November 13, and this will be the last video for this week. I'm not sure if I'll keep recording them for separately for the school community. If you check out the YouTube, then you're going to see plenty of videos. I basically make two of them, one for the Discord and one for the school community. So I'm probably going to stop doing the shorter videos because it's a little bit repetitive. I go over everything in the long videos, and you guys can just scroll through and find everything that you need. Okay, so USD JPY is the first pair that Alex is looking at. This is the list of his Sunday swings. He was looking for buys. Now, buys did happen this week. Price is having a reaction from this previous structure. We've pushed up, pulled back into the EMA, pressed up higher, and now we're pulling back into these previous structures, which is also a lower time frame area of interest. So if you get proper reaction from this area, you could potentially take buys. I wouldn't necessarily be comfortable doing this because we are far away from any area of interest. Our weekly time frame is bullish, daily time frame is bullish, and 4-hour time frame is currently also bullish. Well, 4-hour might have temporarily shifted bearish. Yeah, so the 4-hour actually did shift bearish when we created this double top, retested the neckline, and now we are selling. So that is another reason you should be careful. We are retesting somewhat of a round psychological level at 154.5. We do have a lower time frame area of interest, so consider this being 5% instead of 10%. Usually, if it's a daily or weekly area of interest, I would mark this up as 10%. So next is the weekly time frame. We don't have any sort of market structure on the weekly. We don't have a pattern. We're not retesting a previous structure. We're not retesting the EMA, and we don't even have a candlestick rejection. Daily time frame, you have a higher high at the moment, so we're bullish from right here up to here. We don't have a pattern. We are retesting the previous structure. We don't have the EMA, and we don't have a candlestick rejection. 4-hour time frame, you are at a higher high, technically on your way down because the 4-hour is now bearish. You have a double top on the 4-hour, which doesn't really help your case for buys. We are retesting the previous structure. We're going to be retesting the EMA, but we're not doing that just yet. And we don't have a candlestick rejection. So as of right now, even if you got yourself a shift the structure and an engulfing candlestick, you're still only looking at 55% trade setup. So not exactly the best. As of right now, you could potentially take buys, but you should understand that you're not buying with a lot of confluence or structure in your favor. Next is Euro AUD. Alex was looking for sells here. Now, sells did happen temporarily. Since then, price has actually shifted bullish on the 4-hour time frame. So we sold. We created a head and shoulders pattern right here, and price reversed from this area of interest. As of right now, I would consider waiting until price either breaks and retests above this area right here or breaks and retests below. Because if you have a double bottom right here and you have a head and shoulders pattern right here. So you have pattern in either direction that you're trying to trade. And you're also going to have time frames in sync in either direction. So right now you have 4-hour and weekly that are bullish. But if you wait for the break and retest below, then you will have daily and 4-hour that are bearish. So either way, you're able to take this trade. I do believe that there's potential continuation in either direction from where we are. As you can see, we've been moving sideways for the recent past of this pair. And therefore, I'm not interested in taking this trade unless we get a proper break and retest in either one of those directions. Euro USD, Alex was looking for sells. Now, I do agree with the sells part of this, but I do also think that price might have a turnaround. If we do get a break and retest above this EMA, chances of us creating a inverted head and shoulders are quite high. This could happen maybe next week. If we're going to be seeing sellers, then we're going to be seeing the sellers happen underneath this 4-hour EMA right here. So we're either waiting for a break and retest above the daily EMA or a break and retest underneath the 4-hour EMA, similar to the way we did right here. So we're just waiting for those break and retests to happen. After that, we have AUD CAD. For AUD CAD, Alex was looking to take sells, and that is not what happened this week. This week, we have seen buyers, prices pushing higher on the weekly time frame. The daily time frame is currently bearish, and the 4-hour time frame is currently bullish. So we have two time frames in sync to buy. We have this sort of trend line or channel that price has been trading inside of recently, right here and right here. We have broken out of that channel and we're retesting the top of it right now, retesting the EMA, and we could potentially see some buys happen into this next area of interest. I'm not a huge fan of how the market has been moving on this pair, so I'm just going to stay away from it completely. But yeah, that is what I'm seeing for AUD CAD. Going to be waiting for the buys, preferably above this area of interest up here. But if you're feeling a little risky, then you could take them from wherever we are at the current moment. After this, we have NZD CAD. NZD CAD is currently also in the middle of a daily pullback. As you can see, I have daily pullback to sell. Now, if you're taking buys, I can only assume that you are already inside of those buys and that you already got diddied out of your buys. So, like at whichever point you took buys, whether it was right here or right here or right here, you're out of your trade unless your stop loss is well below this, well below these equal structures, which could be potential. Let's see, 20 pips, not terrible. But yeah, that is what I'm currently seeing for NZD CAD. I would be waiting for price to basically have a proper pullback and then have a proper continuation to the downside with the weekly and daily market structure, which is currently bearish. After this, we have gold. So gold is very, very bullish at the moment. Daily time frame shifted bullish. 4-hour time frame shifted bullish. Weekly time frame is already bullish. I think we're just going to have a pullback into the 4-hour EMA, into the 2-hour EMA for a continuation to the upside. No buys in my eyes. USD CHF is currently very bearish on the weekly time frame. Overall, it's very bearish. Currently, it's bullish, but I think that that's going to change very shortly. I did have this one for buys, but I think it's going to shift bearish on the daily and the 4-hour time frames. So price is probably going to have a pullback and then a continuation after we have that shift of structure, maybe creating a shoulder, head, shoulder, and maybe a break and retest underneath this entire area of interest, which is right here. So that would be what I would be looking to take sells on once that shift happens. If not, if you're looking for buys, then you'd have to wait for proper shift to structure, break and retest above the EMA in order to take your buys. GBP AUD is the last pair that Alex was looking at for this week. Daily time frame has shifted bullish. 4-hour time frame is currently still bearish, but we are attempting to shift above this EMA. We currently have two time frames in sync, the weekly and the daily, and I believe that we will have a continuation of those buys once price gets a proper break and retest above this EMA here. So as of right now, we're waiting for a break and retest of 4-hour EMA. And that leaves our list of pairs. So here, we're basically ready to take buys if you're interested in them. Euro AUD, waiting for break and retest. Same thing with Euro USD, break and retest. AUD CAD will be the same thing as USD JPY. or we've had the pullback. Now we're waiting for the continuation. NZD CAD waiting for a daily pullback. GBP AUD waiting for a 4-hour break and retest. So that would be similar to Euro AUD, and Euro USD. Gold waiting for a 4-hour pullback to buy, and USD CHF waiting for a daily shift to structure and pullback to sell. That is all for today, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, check out the YouTube page so that you guys don't miss out on any calls in case I do stop doing them for the Skool community. It just feels a little bit repetitive once again. Also, check out the TradingView Confluence tool. There is a free version. The website is tradingviewconfluencetool.com. Thank you guys for watching. You guys are amazing, and I'll see you guys in the next call.